What do you think of cloud gaming?
The infinite power of the cloud, you say?
Yes, I say. What do you think
Well,
about a server running a game and you streaming it to your PC?
no, that sounds crazy.
And future talk.
That's not happening.
Apparently, it is happening. There is
What?
another company called LiquidSky that is actually offering, right now it's a beta. I registered for the beta but don't have a key yet, so joy. But apparently they are trying to offer game streaming to the people, to the masses. Actually, just like One Life tried to do a couple of years back and failed miserably. Of course, technology, it wasn't sitting still. It's moving forward. Internet, broadband, whatever, everything's getting faster. So this may seem like a thing that is viable. And looking at PlayStation Now, or previously Gaikai, of course. Also, GeForce now has their own streaming service. Not to mention all the remote play options you have lately. Do you think that, to drop some quotes, games as a service?
It's a common. On a brief tangent, do you know how GameFly works? Because I noticed that I have my TV. If I go into the App Store, there's a GameFly app.
Mm-hmm.
Does GameFly do streaming as well? Or
No,
is that
that's a
just
rental
renting?
service, I thought.
Okay. Why
But
does my
I'm
TV
not
have?
100% sure.
I think it's cool that these avenues are getting explored because it means that more people would be, for example, able to play The Witcher in the highest of resolutions. Well, provided that they have a kick-ass internet connection, of course.
Indeed.
But considering that's becoming more and more widespread,
It is.
I think it's good for the market.
Do you think that then maybe if this really takes off, that it is bye-bye for consoles?
Well, not in the foreseeable future because just still the brand power the PlayStation has behind it. It's still very easy to just get a console and you know that everything's working. And I think for most people, it has buying a console has a sort of certainty attached to it that you. Even though you have massive day one patches, but at least if you buy a game, it's gonna work. And if you play it through the internet, you might have less of a stable experience.
Yeah.
And it's at
And you
least the
need to
way
be
it is now,
online,
right?
so. Yeah, very true.
Yeah.
So even if your internet provider fails and you don't have internet, you cannot game, of course. Those things
Yeah.
are still there. But I do think it's an interesting technology, and I wonder what will happen because, of course, PlayStation does have PlayStation Now. I would think that as soon as PlayStation 5 comes out, that they'll put PlayStation 4 games on that streaming service. As far as I know, Xbox doesn't have something similar yet, probably, because they do indeed have the power of the cloud. So that could be coming. But yeah, it's interesting to see that people keep trying to do this because, again, OnLive failed really, really miserably. But I read somewhere that what they were trying to do is for every person that tries to play a game, they had a separate PC standing there, rendering the game on the background and streaming it to one person, and that didn't really work apparently. Because if you have 400,000 users, you need to have 400,000 species instead of maybe a farm somewhere that does everything for everybody. So
That's not a great business model, no.
yeah. But this was what, 2008? So whatever.
Yeah, we've come a long way. And by the way, I just looked it up, but GameFly actually does offer streaming directly to your TV.
Oh wow! And wait, so to your TV, does that mean that you still need to connect your? How do you connect your controller?
That's what I was wondering as well, but I would assume that you do it through USB, right?
Yeah, probably. But then,
Yeah.
that is interesting.
I think I'm looking at their offering now, and they have newly added. Well, they actually have The Witcher 3, but newly added they have Deus Ex Human Revolution, Hitman Absolution. So those are not exactly the newest of games, but it's cool that this is out there. And they have D4 on there.
Yay!
Yeah,
Hooray!
don't need a console anymore.
Yay!
But now the reason I thought this was interesting because I actually the other day I was looking at a Surface Pro tablet, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna get it, but it seems pretty convenient for the kind of stuff I do on my PC and the kind of stuff I want to use my PC for. But of course, it doesn't, unless you get like the amazingly expensive model. It doesn't have a dedicated GPU, and even if you get the expensive model, it's not all that great.
So, you mean then you're looking at the Surface Book, right?
That's it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not gonna get it for the games, but if there was a streaming service out there that was stable and still allowed me to play games on this system, that would be cool.
So maybe in the near future, near you, this is possible. So what I'm proposing is that you test GameFly, and then report back to me, and then I'll know if I'll do it too.
Yeah. Is there any reason for me to test GameFly because I have a console?
Game Honey credibility.
Okay, yeah, that's the world really.